Coming from an arts background, I'm against any kind of censorship whatsoever. I mean, I don't think that the Canadian government should be paying for soft porn films, but you know what? We're not. The Canadian government isn't. The Telefilm isn't giving money to those. When you read, the titles of the films, and the big one, of course, that everyone's talking about is Young People Fucking. That's the one that has been really singled out in every article because it's got a really provocative title. I have to say, it's one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. It's really nicely done. The performances are great. This has nothing to do with softcore porn. No, it's not. This is a ridiculous excuse. It's a film that's being made an example of for absolutely no reason other than it has a really provocative title. If it was called, Young People Kissing, if it was called, Young People Hugging, it wouldn't even be mentioned in the same breath as Bill C-10. So obviously against any kind of censorship. The people that are commenting on these films often coming out on the anti side of the whole thing, generally speaking, haven't seen the movies, and so I cannot take them seriously.
Well, right now, as we're speaking, there is no legislation. It's only proposed legislation.
Okay.
Telefilm already is living in an environment where we abide by, as do the filmmakers, the Criminal Code of Canada. There's CRTC regulations. There's a code of ethics from the Canadian Association of Broadcasters. So essentially, it's business as usual at Telefilm.
If we start, well, our film certainly would never have seen the light of day if the script had passed over some. In fact, when I read for this, the casting director said to me, just tell Shauna there's a lot of profanity. She might not want to do it because of the profanity. I read it and I was like, that's just a vernacular. It's like having an accent. She's not even swearing. That's just the way they talk. It doesn't even mean anything anymore. When you hear it, like, what in the, it just rolls off her tongue. If the C-10 bill were in place, well, we didn't get funding for our movie anyway, really, but we certainly could not have, gone and tried to get Telefilm money to finish it or anything like that because it's just not ethical. And I think when government starts to try and impose their ethics on art, well, we have communism.
Yeah.
So seriously, no, I really think church and state have split, and so should government and art. They should fund us and
support.
Get the fuck out. No, seriously, they should fund us and be happy that we're get the fuck out. But they really should, keep their hands out of their job is to take care of the public, to build infrastructure, keep our hospitals going, and all that kind of stuff. Let the artists do the arts.
I don't believe the government should be financing pornography, if you know what I mean. However, I also don't believe the government should be deciding what messages and what artistic things people like us are putting out there for audiences. Because otherwise it becomes a bureaucratically run artistic industry. And that doesn't help anybody, and Canadian films will have a lesser chance of making a mark on the world because people are afraid of proposing certain ideas that people in different cultures would find interesting. So there's got to be a line. Censorship, to some extent, is all right and even preferable to non-censorship, but it shouldn't be. We shouldn't be government regulated. You've got to be very careful where you draw that line.
I mean, it's as cheesy, corny as it may sound. It's really hard to regulate art as an idea. I think, in the world of filmmaking, I think artists should be free to explore, and the process is exploratory all the way through. So, I mean, I think to say, we promise to deliver this on day one, by the time you reach day 30 of your production, it may have changed. And whether or not your funding should be pulled or not it shouldn't be a question. I mean, art should be supported. Our government should get behind art, even if it is controversial. If it brings up questions, it gets people talking, no matter what the topic is. And I just think you have to keep that moving forward. I don't think there's doesn't do anybody any good to hold filmmakers back.
Just another thing to jump over, another hoop to jump through.
And it's hard enough to make movies. I mean, you saw with evidence of this movie that I just appeared in. It's like, I mean, getting a film made in this country, in any country, is a huge accomplishment. And I think to have a massive force like the government standing in your way, or possibly getting in your way at a later point, is just counterproductive.